Hello everyone, this is Aniket Bhattacharya from Skoda Arena, your mentor in this biological journey. Before starting the lecture session, just keep the three things in your mind. Be precise in your study, because we all know that the questions are coming nowadays in NEET examination is truly based on the NCERT. So don't paralyze your brain by dumping unwanted information. Regular practice of questions are mandatory. Just concentrate on need-based questions. And last and the foremost, be positive in your attitude. So today in our biological lesson, we are going to learn about the chapter biological classification and try to attempt and solve some problems that are frequently asked in the competitive examination. So buck up, stay tuned, because we are now about to start our exciting journey with the first question on the board. So in the first question, it is written, the Aristotle divided the plants and the animals into 2 and 3 groups respectively, 3 and 2 groups respectively, 3 and 4 groups respectively, and 2 and 1 group respectively. We know that prior to the Aristotle, the classification was done instinctively. Aristotle was the earliest to attempt a more scientific basis of classification. He grouped all the organisms into 2 categories. One that's known as plants and another one that's known as animals. His classification was a morphological classification. He grouped the plants on the basis of their height character into 3 categories. One that's known as herbs, shrubs, and the last one, that's the trees. Whereas the animals are grouped into, on the basis of the color of blood, into 2 categories. One that's known as Enima, and another one that's known as Enima. Enima means the animal with red blood, whereas the Anima means the animal without the red blood. That means without red coloration. So he grouped the plants into 1, 2, 3 groups and the animals into 1 and 2 groups. So the answer will be 3 and 2 groups respectively. Okay, so this is your probable reference. This is a NCERT page where it is written, he used the simple morphological character to classify the plants into trees, shrubs and herbs, whereas he also divided the animals into 2 groups, those who had red blood and those that did not. Okay, so next, move on to our next question. So in the next question, it is written, the position of bacteria in Linnean system of classification in Protista, Monera, Planty and Animalia. Linnaeus was pioneer of 2 kingdom classification. This is an example of artificial system of classification, where the organisms are grouped on the basis of the superficial character. He grouped the organism into the Planty on the basis of several morphological characters, among which the cell wall is the most important character. So the organisms with cell wall are grouped under the Planty, whereas the organism without cell wall is grouped under the Animalia. Now in this particular question, there is a bacteria. We know that the bacteria is a primitive type of organism with cell wall. Fine. So in the Linnean system of classification, the bacteria must be included under the kingdom Planty. Okay, so let's check it from the reference. So here in Linnaeus time, a two kingdom system of the classification with Planty and the Animalia, and where the Planty includes all the organisms with cell wall. Okay, clear? So next, move on to our next question. Okay, so in the next question it is written, in five kingdom system of classification, prokaryotes and the eukaryotes are distributed among, these are the options. Okay, so we know that the five kingdom classification was proposed by R.H. Whittaker in 1969. This is the example of the phylogenetic system of classification. He considered all the available characters along with the phylogenetic characters for grouping the organism into five kingdoms. What are they? So he grouped all the organisms into five kingdoms such as Monera, Protista, fungi, Planty, and the last one, that is the Animalia. Okay. Animalia. Okay. Now the Monera includes all the unicellular and prokaryotic organism. Organisms. The Protista includes unicellular but eukaryotic organisms, whereas the rest of them includes multicellular and eukaryotic organisms. Okay, so in the question it is written, in five kingdom system of classification, prokaryotes and the eukaryotes are distributed among. So the prokaryotes are distributed among a single kingdom, that's the Monera, and the eukaryotes are distributed among Protista, fungi, Planty and Animalia. So the answer will be one kingdom and four kingdom respectively. Okay, so let's check it from the NCERT book. So five kingdom concept, five kingdom classification, all the members of Monera are prokaryotic, whereas Protista, fungi and the Planty are eukaryotic in nature. Okay, so move on to the next question. Okay, in the next question, how many of the kingdoms in Whittaker system of classification includes the organism with non-cellulosic cell wall? According to five kingdom classification, we know that organisms are grouped into Monera, Protista, fungi, Planty, and Animalia. Now, among them, the Animalia, this group includes the organisms without cell wall, whereas the Planty includes all the organisms with cellulosic cell wall. We know that the fungi includes all the organisms with cell wall made up of chitin. The Protista includes both plant as well as animal members. If plants members are there, then the cell wall is cellulosic. And last but not the least, that the Monera includes the organism with non-cellulosic cell wall, because their cell wall made up of either peptidoglycan or pseudo peptidoglycan. Okay, so the organisms with non-cellulosic cell wall includes under Monera and fungi. So the answer will be option 2. So let's check it from NCERT reference. Now this is a 5 kingdom system of classification where this is a cell wall character. The Monera includes non-cellulosic cell wall, whereas the fungi includes the chitin in its cell wall. That means it is also non-cellulosic. Okay, so move on to our next question. Okay, so question number 5, this is a very interesting question. It is written, an unicellular eukaryotic wall-less organism was isolated from the soil. According to 5 kingdom and 2 kingdom classification, the organism was grouped correctly in, and here are the options. Now we know that according to 5 kingdom concept, according to 5 kingdom concept, Monera and Protista includes the organism with unicellularity, whereas it is clearly written over here that the eukaryotic organism. We know that only the member of Protista are eukaryotic in nature. Eukaryotic in nature. Okay. Now the next character is wall-less. That means the organism without cell wall. The Protista includes the member which have cell wall, and this group of Protista are known as a plant Protista, whereas it also includes the animal Protista which is devoid of cell wall. So unicellularity, eukaryotic organization and without cell wall, all are the characteristic feature of Protista according to 5 kingdom concept. Okay? And the next thing is that according to 2 kingdom concept, organisms are grouped into first the Planty and the second one, that's the Animalia, where the Planty includes all the members with cell wall, whereas the Animalia includes all the members without cell wall. Fine. So the cell wall-less organisms includes under the kingdom Animalia. So the answer will be Protista and Animalia. That means Protista and the Animalia respectively. Okay. So next move on to our reference. So this is a flow chart of the 5 kingdom classification where the Protista includes eukaryotic organism, cell wall present in some, that means the plant Protista includes the cell wall, whereas the animal Protista devoid of cell wall, and all the members are cellular. That means the body organization is cellular, that means they are unicellular in nature. Okay? So move on to our next question. So here is a question number 6. It is written, according to 5 kingdom concept, the kingdom showing maximum metabolic diversity. Maximum metabolic diversity. The maximum metabolic diversity observed in kingdom Monera. It is observed in the kingdom Monera. Why? Because the Monera includes both autotrophic and heterotrophic organism. The autotrophic includes both photoautotrophs and chemoautotrophs. Okay? Whereas the heterotrophic member includes both parasites and saprophytes. Parasites and saprophytes. Clear? So, in Monera, maximum metabolic diversity is observed. On the other hand, we know that the Monera includes all the prokaryotic organisms. Clear? So in the option, the first thing is that the members with cellulosic cell wall. Just recapitulate. We already mentioned that the members of Monera is with the non-cellulosic cell wall, mainly made up of peptidoglycan and pseudopeptidoglycan. Multicellular organism, definitely the Monera includes the unicellular organism. Eukaryotic organization, no, the Monera includes the prokaryotic organism. So the answer will be the option B, that means the member with 70S ribosome. The 70S ribosome means the prokaryotic ribosome. Okay, so let's check it from the reference. So this is the page number 19, where it is written that compared to the many other organisms, the bacteria as a group shows most extensive metabolic diversity. Okay? So move to the next question. Question number 7 is a diagram based question. Most of the time we easily overlook few words written in the NCERT, as per example, few terms and the singular and the plural form of a particular word or a name. We know that the bacteria are classified on the basis of their shape. If it is a round, then we are using the word coccus for singular version and cocci for the plural version. If it is a rod-shaped bacteria, then we are using the bacillus for the singular and plural and bacilli for the plural version. Vibrium for the singular version and vibrio for the plural version. So here in the question it is mentioned that select the incorrect option. So the incorrect option is option C, because if it is like a spiral, then in singular form it is known as a spidilum, but in the plural form it is known as a spidilla, not spiridae. So the correct option is option number C. Okay, so let's check it from the reference. The bacteria are grouped under the 4 categories based on their shape: the spherical, coccus, the rod-shaped, bacillus, the comma-shaped, that is vibrium, and if it is a spiral, then we are using the word that the spidilum for singular and for plural it is spidilla. Now move to the next question. So this is another diagram based question. In this particular question, it is written that find out the odd statement with respect to the given diagram. This particular diagram is actually the example of nostoc. This particular diagram is an example of blue-green algae, which is nostoc. Now, the nostoc is a blue-green algae which can capable of fix atmospheric nitrogen. At the same time, we know that all the members of blue-green algae are autotrophic in nature. That means they can produce their own food by the process of photosynthesis. So if the plant can able to produce the food by the process of the photosynthesis, they have to fix the atmospheric carbon dioxide. So this is a correct statement. Already I have mentioned that all the members of blue-green algae are photosynthetic autotrophs. Nostoc is an example of the filamentous blue-green algae, where the filament is covered by, there is a covering which is known as a mucilage sheath or the gelatinous sheath. So the filament is surrounded by the mucilage sheath. This is also the correct answer. So the incorrect option is option D, because the cell wall is cellulosic is written over here. We know that the blue-green algae includes under the Monera. And just recapitulate one thing, the members of Monera is with the non-cellulosic cell wall. So here it is written that the cellulosic cell wall, so the incorrect option or the odd statement is cell wall is cellulosic. Now move to the reference, page number 19, Eubacteria. These members are also known as a cyanobacteria. Cyanobacteria means it is considered as a cyanobacteria because of the cell wall which is very much similar like bacteria. So it is considered as a cyanobacteria. It is written that the photosynthetic autotrophs. It is also written the colonies are generally surrounded by the gelatinous sheath. Okay. Clear? So move to the next question. Question number 9, it is written, the mycoplasma differ from the bacteria in what respect? Okay? The mycoplasma is a member of Monera which is devoid of cell wall, whereas all the other members are with non-cellulosic cell wall. So clearly the answer is option A. The other options are the self-replicating in nature. The mycoplasma is the smallest organism which have their own genetic material. So they have the capacity of the replication. Both bacteria and the mycoplasma, they have the capacity of replication. Next, both of them with ribosome. The ribosomes are 70S in nature and both of them are pathogenic in nature. So the correct option is the absence of cell wall. So move to the reference. So here it is written, the mycoplasma are the organism that completely lack the cell wall. Okay? So move to the next question. So question number 10, it is written, find out the odd one with respect to the kingdom Protista. Just recapitulate the thing that the kingdom Protista includes all the unicellular organism with eukaryotic organization, with both photosynthetic and the non-photosynthetic member. We know that if it is a plant Protista, then all the members are photosynthetic. All the members are photosynthetic. If it is a animal and fungus like Protista, fungus like Protista, then all the members are non-photosynthetic. Photosynthetic. So with both photosynthetic and the non-photosynthetic member, this is also the correct statement. All the members are Protista are primarily aquatic. This is also the correct statement. So the odd statement is with well-defined boundaries, because we know that the kingdom Protista is without any well-defined boundaries, because it includes few members with plant character, few members with animal character, and the few members with fungal character. Okay, so let's check it from the reference. It is written, kingdom Protista, the boundaries of this kingdom are not well defined.